Yo, what's good with it? It's your man Gassed Up. Today we're going to go through our ABCs. Adapt, buoyancy, and control. Tune in. Yo, what's goody with it? It's your man Gassed Up or Passed Up Life. And I'm here with one of the most notorious videographer, cinematographer, photographer, content creators in the DFW and all of Texas. Go ahead and introduce yourself, brother.
What up, though? It's your boy Alex Martin, and this is your boy. I'm here, man.
Tell them where they can find you on IG and everything. I know you only got one fucking tag name, so they'll be able to find you everywhere.
So you guys can find me at I am Alex J Martin, and that's on everything: TikTok, Instagram, Facebook.
Bro, I was thinking about that yesterday because I actually made my I forget what it was, but so I have my Anchor, I got the podcast, I got all these different platforms, and they all have different names.
Yeah.
And so I'm not sure if it's something to say about how much I like branding, that I keep making different fucking brands under myself, or if it's that I'm not sure where I want to rely on that consistency yet. And I don't think that Colin Ryson is a very brand-like name.
Okay.
So I never rocked with Colin Ryson.
I always wondered that because it was one video he did recently. And I was like, dude, does he want this?
Yeah.
This is the username on the video. And so I was like, you know what? I put your real name on there.
Yeah,
no,
like, it's not that I don't want the real name out there, but when it comes to the branding side and like what people know you as, like people know. I've always, ever since high school, bro, like whenever we would have a party or something, like I took on an alter ego. Yeah. So it was literally a different name. So like for 2 years, people were calling me Max. Yeah. Like, to the point that I would go different cities and call myself Max and be like, people like, yo, what's your name? Yo, I'm Max. Yeah. Yo, what's good? I got the long hair, doing all that. So, which in turn brings me to the first point I wanted to discuss, adapting to your surroundings. Right. So today we're going to go through our ABCs. Okay. All right. We're only going to go A through C, but we're going to go through the ABCs. So the A, adaptation. So what I want to know from you is, when you hear adaptation, what's the very next word that you think? Adaptation. Adjust. Adjust? Yeah. Okay. Adjust. Okay. Like, and so in what ways has that set in for you personally in your life and your journey along, the entrepreneurship path and being a content creator and the different lifestyles that you've had to kind of envelop yourself to mold yourself to being in a certain community, whether it was the corporate, the nightlife, the sports and entertainment, what was what has been to date your biggest adjustment period? Man, to date, I would say biggest adjustment period. That's a good question. I think it would be the day that I got fired. Yeah. By my dad. Word. That shit was. Can I curse? Yeah, man. Okay. That's not. Yeah, you good. So that time period was. I had nothing else. Literally, I just had my hustle. Yeah. My side hustle. And for the viewers that don't know, I also have a close relationship with Alex's dad and vice versa. So I completely understand the relationship setting that also takes place here. Yeah. So continue. Okay. So long story short, and me and my dad are on good terms. Yeah. So let me make that clear. That's good. Yeah, man. Like, I was in a toxic relationship at that time too. Yeah. Everything was just jacked up. Your pops is not one to keep toxic relationships going. Yeah. So he literally wasn't feeling that, me being in that situation. And then, I had to take a look in the mirror and say, man, have I grown over the past, year? Right. And is that why we're separating ourselves? And who elevated and who didn't? And literally I was going through a lot at that time. So I was like, yo, this can either break you or it can make you a better man. Yeah. And my whole deal was like, hey, be a better man. No doubt. So, I made the adjustments. My game has elevated. The brand has elevated. Yeah. And that's all due to adjusting my mindset. And I think everyone can tell that even most people don't know like the time frame in which all this happened and when you worked for him and when you stopped working for him and whatnot. But the people that do and that watched and have been watching for the last, let's say, like 2, 3 years, 4 years, maybe longer.
Yeah.
You know, I think people can tell if someone was to say, "Oh, that happened," I bet this is when it was.
Yeah.
I bet people can go back and say that because, like you said, you actually made that decision to elevate your game. And whenever we do that, especially to the level that we can, that shit is extremely apparent.
Yeah.
Which makes it even worse for us.
Yeah. But let me tell you, you had an influence on that too.
No doubt.
Like literally, man, it was in December of last year. You know, I started seeing the way you were moving. And I was like, yeah, I like that. You know what I'm saying?
And last December was when I really, last December was the time that it was like, all right, you know what? Now I've been here for a certain amount of time. Mm-hmm. I've observed, I've sat back. Now it's time, not necessarily sat back, but I let things play out how they should play out. I let the natural order of things commence.
Right.
And then after that, it became a situation where it's like, I have to take action now. Yeah. And, on that note, I want to say this because a lot of people believe in manifestation. Mm-hmm. Before we get to the B, before we get to buoyancy, I want to talk about this. So a lot of people believe in manifestation, but I believe in the work that goes into manifestation. Right. The process of manifesting, not writing it down and saying it's going to be true and the self-affirmation shit. All that shit is good, and I think it's necessary. Right. But if your waking moments are not spent dedicated to the craft of perfecting and understanding the industry and the market and, the customers that you have and that you're trying to gain, then you're not going to be there very long. Yeah. And I told all my homies whenever I started working here, not all, like 3 of them, I told them, I was like, this was October. I said, I'll be managing the gym in January. I said, yeah. They were like, oh, why you say that? I said, there is no why. Yeah. It's because that's what needs to happen. Exactly. It's like I came to the push-up competition, when was it? Last April. Yeah. And at that moment, I said I was going to work here. Yeah. After that, I told him as soon as I started working here, as soon as I started coaching the first class, actually, in June, I told him, I said, look, I don't want to say anything, because I don't really know, and, they got their situation right now going, and I'm not going to come in and try to disrupt anything, but y'all know me, and y'all know what I'm after, and I really feel like this is going to turn into a situation where I'm in control. And, that's exactly what I did. I took control of that shit. Yeah. And, that's what manifesting is all about for me, is taking control. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I agree. Yeah, man.
I call it hustle by faith.
I like that.
Yeah, like hustle literally, you put that on paper, whatever your plan is. Yeah. Or you pray whatever your plan is, right? Yeah. But then you work that shit into existence.
Facts. You have to. Yeah. You have to. Yeah. Otherwise, the shit's not going to come. Yeah. You're just going to keep talking to yourself about it.
Seriously. No, I agree 100%.
And which in turn, optimism and, a cheerful disposition, that is one of the definitions of the word buoyancy. Yeah. So as we know it, mostly buoyancy means for something to stay afloat, to hold itself above water or a liquid surface. Yeah. So an optimistic and cheerful disposition, that kind of lets me know that people used this word because, an optimistic and cheerful disposition had to have come from the fact that the original definition was the ability to stay afloat. Yeah. So then it's kind of a spin-off. So at what point in history did we say, I'm staying buoyant because I'm staying happy or I'm staying above surface? I want to know at what moment it was, because I want to compare it to what we finna go through now. Yeah. And what buoyancy is about to mean for us and the rest of the world.
Staying afloat.
Because it's going to be, I feel like, buoyancy right now is really just maintaining sanity, for most people. I mean, I personally can't speak too much on it, which is why I probably shouldn't have chose this word, because I don't really connect too well with it, because I'm like, right now I'm in the most prime state of mind that I've been in years.
Yeah.
And it's because like everything that I've gone through for the last 8 years, I feel like led to this moment. Every waking moment that I made the decision to or not to do something. All of this shit, man, I'm telling you, Chicago, that's plant-based G. Shout out to Pops. But man, when I tell you, like, I sit here and I look at the football pictures and I think about all that shit, and I'm like, nigga, we've been in the trenches, and I didn't take the easy route, I've been through it, and it wasn't that is an equivalent to this. It was that helped build the mindset of, we here now. How do we get through it?
Yeah.
We've been down 34 at halftime.
Yeah.
What do?
Yeah.
You don't crumble. We never fold.
Never that.
Never fold.
Never.
So, buoyancy is just it's a word that I find interesting, and I kind of wanted to know, are you a stay afloat guy, or are you a fucking try to run on water guy?
Man, I am. I stay afloat, but my motivation, they would call it kidda.
Yeah.
Kicking ass. I like a kicking ass,
okay,
which is right now, right?
Yeah.
This whole thing, I've never seen this coming.
Yeah.
I've been through one recession before, so at that point in time, I had 2 jobs.
Yeah.
But now I'm a entrepreneur, what they would say, or solopreneur, right?
Right.
But dude, I'm like, stay optimistic,
Yep.
You got that kicking ass. You damn sure didn't save enough, right? Because I've been investing like all my money into my business.
Yeah.
So I'm like, bet on, like, stay calm, stay above the water.
Stay calm.
And just grind your ass off. Like, don't focus on the negative, try to make the positive results. It goes back to that A, adapt to the times, make the adjustments, and then remain buoyant through it, right?
There you go.
The math.
Exactly, man. The math. I'm telling you. And then, following that, the C, almighty control. So, do you like control? Let's start there. Do you like control?
I would consider myself a control freak.
Okay, so you're a control freak. So right now, is your head spinning?
Hell yeah, because this is like, some of this is out of my control, right?
Yeah.
You talk about the government shutting down. You talk about, literally they're playing with our pockets.
Facts.
I hate to say it like that. IRS, if you're watching, I'm not talking about you on this side. I respect you. But literally, like, nobody's seen this shit coming. And if you're a control freak, you're just like,
could only imagine the first 2 days of, because I know people that don't want it to be real still.
Yeah.
That are like, oh yeah, maybe we'll have to be home a few days. I'm like, yo, what don't you understand about when we get locked down, we are on lock for 14 days minimum.
Seriously.
Minimum. And that's why I wanted to talk about this word right now, because I'm pretty big on control as well.
Yeah.
But control in the response.
Okay.
So I never try to control anything before it happens. And that all came from me trying to put on events and networking things and just setting up gigs. Because, when I was on ESPN trying to get sponsors, that's a whole different game.
Yeah.
And so I was like, all right, you know what? I went into it, and this is when I started consuming a ton of Gary Vee. Like, I was listening to him before, but this was heavy. And so, my mindset with it was, I was dressing professional. I was doing everything right, from the looks, from how I spoke to people. But I could tell that I was too focused on the information I presented them with.
Yeah.
And not their body language, not their verbal cues, not the small things that if I would have been paying attention to them, I could have flipped
many
of those conversations into maybe not a title sponsorship, but
opportunity.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Exactly. And that's what I do. You know, I'm an opportunity creator, but it's different when you go and asking to dig in people's pockets.
Yeah.
And so I quickly learned that. So going out there and getting those sponsorships and doing all that, working 60-hour weeks and whatnot, you know, that was a time that I learned to stop controlling what I couldn't control.
Yeah.
And those were the inevitable responses, and that was, you know, the things that came first. And something I've learned recently from your pops is you know, try to avoid these people's objections early.
Yeah.
I was just going in there trying to give them information to be like, yo, I got something for you.
Yeah.
Give me something for me. Instead, it should have been, hey, I have this opportunity. How can I help you out with it?
Yeah.
Whether you can give me money right now or not, you know. And I eventually it came to that because I wasn't getting any money. So I was paying for it out of pocket, the programming time. And I just brought on some sponsors that kind of were close relationships. I put a few people on commercials, but it was nothing. I never attained those sponsors. But the thing that matters there is that I learned to only control my response and not really try to control that initial, I wouldn't say the meeting, because first impressions are important.
Yeah.
But I don't try to control the way that people receive the information.
Got you.
And I think whenever you look at it that way, you don't have the, why don't they like this attitude. You have the, let me fix this shit real quick attitude.
Yeah.
And
self-evaluation to some degree, right?
No doubt. Yeah. No doubt. And just being aware that not everyone is you. Not John that I'm going to pitch this shit to could have had a fucking cat die 2 days ago that he's just now getting over some grieving stages.
Seriously.
Like there's so many things that we don't take into consideration whenever we're looking at you know, pitching ideas and things of that nature. We need to be worried more about planting seeds. And obviously in the capitalist environment, there's a certain level to the finances that you have to abide by.
Yeah.
But for me, where I'm at, and I firmly believe this, you know, like Nip said, and I really wish I remember the name of the song right now, but it's, you know, the people going to be proud to pay.
Yeah, for sure.
People going to be proud to pay because I did it all from the dirt for free. Yeah. Did so much for free, put so many people on and asked for nothing. And even if at the end of the day, those people that I put into certain situations, our relationship ended up teetering off, none of them can ever come back and be like, yo, that's a grimy dude right there.
Yeah.
Because what did I do?
Solid.
I was all around every time. And so that's my thing is, you know, I'm very extreme whenever it comes to controlling my relationships.
Yeah.
And that's my downfall right now. That's my vice, is that aspect of control. I try to control too much of the relationship, and I try to push people a little too much in my direction mentally. And not everybody's ready to go there. Yeah. You know?
Did you know what? I don't think that's so much control. It's expectation.
Yeah.
That's expectation, because it's like sometimes we have too much expectation in people. True. We expect us from other people.
No doubt. Yeah.
You know,
facts.
Like literally, I mean, I battled with that a while ago, and then the best approach to that is to take a step back.
Yeah.
And just go, we not built the same.
Right.
You know, they built differently. You know, they like breaks. I've dealt with people like that, man, where literally they'll tell you, hey, like you outworked me on this.
No doubt.
It's like, it's been big projects where I had to take a step back because the person mentally, they had the idea and I took full control.
Yeah.
My expectation is they would meet my energy, or by me working, they could see how much I cared about the project.
Bro.
And long story short, you know, that expectation of them trying to meet me there or beat me there.
Mm-hmm. Especially when you care about something.
Yeah.
Because you can't force people to care about shit.
The worst thing is that when you care about somebody's shit more than they do.
Bro.
That's the worst.
Bro.
It's your shit. And I'm carrying it like it's mine.
Yo.
Come on, man. Like,
that's real shit right there. And that, no one should ever care about your shit like you.
Yeah.
You know?
No, seriously. I agree 100%. If I present someone a project or, whatever the case may be,
yeah,
I won't present it to them until I'm 100% ready.
Facts.
It's been people that present me projects and I'm like, all right, cool. But whenever you ready, then I'm ready to go.
And that's where I'm at now, bro. Like, so many people, and I just haven't found the proper approach to this. And, and like I always say, bro, me being me, I'm constantly trying to find a way to put information out that people will take it, for face value and not take it as, why is Colin going so hard?
Yeah.
But for me, so like people that want to do a podcast or want to sit down and talk business or want to hop on calls or this, that, or the other, at this point, I'm just like, yo, just pull up on me.
Yeah.
Stop texting me. Stop calling me or texting me to call you or texting me, let's set something up, bro. Or I'm like, yo, y'all know where I'm at.
Yeah.
I don't know how many more times I have to say I am at the gym all day, every day.
Facts.
You can pull up any time.
Yeah.
If I'm with a client, great. You get to meet my client, and then you can sit your ass right there, and we can chop it up afterwards. That's my thing, though. Is like people just don't grasp that concept right there, bro.
Yeah. No, seriously. I think. I'm pretty sure you feel the same way. Whenever you and I connect, it's like, you want to do something?
Yo.
Cool.
Easy.
Let's just say the day and the time.
Exactly. Like we damn near at the point now that we could just send the calendar invites and just be like, yes and no.
No brainer.
Like that.
Oh, and look, and sometimes when I get your text message, I'm like, all right, I'm going to be working the next 2 days. I just know,
Straight up.
But it's like that mindset, I say it's you and this one other person that's literally on that same fucking mindset.
Yeah.
And it's why I grind so hard for you guys. It's like, why I would rather be around you guys than the next man. Hey, but you do too though. But that's why I'm around you.
Right.
Because it's like you can choose who you be around. That's control.
That is control.
That's control. And subconsciously, if you don't watch who you hang around, their mindset subconsciously controls you. You start moving like that person. If that person is lazy that you're hanging out with, you will become lazy as well.
No doubt.
You just lose control.
You do.
And so it's like, I like people who got control.
Yeah.
Discipline.
For sure.
Time management. Like, I know you're not about to fuck around if you say, hey, let's meet up at this time.
Right.
This time, well, like, you be on it. Like me, I got to have a calendar invite. And that's only so I could be like on point. Man,
I've been trying. I'm good about remembering, some specifics when it comes to like the people that I'm supposed to be working with. And but when it comes to time and dates, bro, it has taken me so long. I'm still not so good at it. Like, the only reason I'm good at it now is because I'm actually getting better at using phone calendars and taking the time to say, you know what, the 30 seconds that I have to type this in is worth me maybe not missing the appointment.
Yeah.
And that's just what it is a comparative value.
Yeah.
How much is your 30 seconds worth right now versus that fucking whatever that deal may be if you don't make it, you know what I'm saying? And that's where, because I almost was missing clients and shit, and whether it's like clients that are paying me or not, I'm like, bro, you can't be missing appointments.
No, same. I feel the same way. It's like you said, that small amount of time. And that small amount of time is just a small investment.
Exactly. Every time, bro, I've gotten into the habit of now whenever I do that, I just go, cha-ching.
Yeah.
In my head. I literally go, cha-ching.
Yeah.
So that shit sounds like a deposit.
Yeah.
And so I'm sitting there. Matter of fact, I'm doing that for everything from now on. Every time I do something I was supposed to do, I'm hitting that cha-ching
Yeah.
in my head.
Yeah.
So that, and I might do it out loud just so Taylor will be like, yo, will you shut the fuck up?
Yeah.
But nah, man, because you have to condition yourself to understanding that that shit's worth value.
Yeah.
And it's worth more longevity value than the shit that you're going to do in the time thinking about it. Which really, if you just don't think about it and do it, you'll get it done in the same amount of time that you spend thinking about it. And we talked about that last episode.
Yeah.
Do the shit that you've been wanting to do or needing to do for the last 6 months.
Get it out the way.
That's some shit you can control. You can control your output.
Seriously.
You know?
Yeah.
Man. Yeah, that cha-ching shit is real, bro.
Yeah.
I'm all about like Pavlov's dogs and the psychological evolution and control. There you go. Control.
Yeah, that goes back to it.
Yeah,
man. This is math, dog.
Yeah,
and
it is.
People sleep, man. So I agree with
you. We
you.
literally
100%.
went through the first 3 letters of the alphabet.
Yeah.
Ran a bunch of free game. Told y'all what to do, what not to do. Whenever you're going crazy, just keep your head on straight. Focus on the path, the goal. Shit, speaking of paths and goals, it was 7:20. We need to get back on schedule. But all right, man. Yeah, good shit. All right, like I said, it's your man, gasseduporpassedup.life. Go ahead, type that in your web browser, hit enter, and then go see what the team is all about. Whether you need personal training, whether you need shooters, you need models, sponsors, whatever it is, this is the place to be. Body District is where we at. Alex, tell them where they can find you again.
You guys can follow me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok at I am Alex J. Martin, and then on Triller at The Content Creator. I'm everywhere, man. Follow me now.
He is everywhere, and we are here at Body District, finna get these workouts in. We will catch y'all on the flip.
Let's go.
Let's do it.